while you were morbid, I
While
was
I was morbid.
while you were morbid, I was stranging out. I was getting some
Hmm.
strange.
How's that?
I liked it. I liked it. And I managed to dodge all the spoilers that you mentioned you hit.
I'm
Um
pretty sure I've seen the whole movie by now in GIF form.
so it's a movie full of like reveals of sorts, and um yeah, I thought it was pretty fun. I liked it, and I feel like the reveals are like, so there's a thing I've been describing to Punch Mom every time we've gone to see like these movies and stuff, about how just like I kind of, you like, over time you want to just see them kind of like let go of the like tight, um you want to see them let go of like the MCU's like kind of like babying you into like what
The
comic book stories
stranglehold
have
on
been,
style and content.
and you want also, and even when you get referential to other things in the universe or so, because comics don't give a fuck, they just go like,
Oh
we're
yeah, no,
grabbing
there's
things, you
no
know.
shits.
And so this movie feels like Sam Raimi basically got carte blanche to do his thing, while also going, you know what, you either get these references or you don't, fuck off, and we're just gonna throw them in there. There's going to be the obvious ones that you're going to be like, I know what that was, and I recognize that. But there's the stuff where they're like, yeah, this is really, you either know or you don't what they're going for on this moment, this shot, this reference, this character. And the title of the movie kind of promises that you're going to get shit that is going to be
Yeah,
referential, of course. So it's good that like they don't have to kind of hold your hand through a bunch of that, you know? People walk on camera and it's like, yep, that's that person.
yeah.
No, whether you know it or not, whatever, we're doing it.
I will
Um,
say, um, it was very. I didn't see the movie, but I feel like I've seen the movie. It was very shocking to me to see a couple of the actors in that film reprise roles that I was
mm-hmm.
sure were going to be buried to time forever.
Precisely,
One in
right?
particular,
Yeah, yeah,
can't
yeah,
believe
yeah.
they decided to go ahead with that actor
It's
again.
really
Good for them.
interesting. It's really interesting how they go about it. What is honestly like, I mean, so yeah, you know, go like it's a fun MCU riot romp. Go see it, you know. But the thing that I think I liked, what I liked the most about it, is that like it's MCUing, right? And it's
Oh yeah.
you know, it's doing what you expect of that. But Sam Raimi gets to really inject his style and personality into it and make it horror when he wants it to be. And like his stuff is like very very present. His
Oh
style
yeah.
is very present, and I like
So
how much Sam Raimi you can see in it.
there was a transitionary shot of like a red sunset into like Wong's face. That's somewhere in the movie that I saw people complaining, like, we're not in the aughts anymore, Raimi. You don't do transitions like this. And I'm like, that transition
Yeah,
rules.
yeah. I know
That
which one you're
transition is
talking
so
about. I
blunt.
know which one you're
It's
talking
so
about. Yeah.
it's so like fucking hard-headed dumb.
Literally a circle wipe. He does a full-on circle wipe at one point, you know. No, it was fun to see that, and um like then it kind of feels as if like it there's a battle between like MCU style and like Raimi horror, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then like and then his horror desires win out in the end, you know. Some of the stuff that goes down is very yeah, just like fun from his sort of way, and you know, Evil Dead vibes as well and shit like that. Like
I
it's
have
good. It's
a
good.
I from what I've seen, Raimi gets to have a lot of fun with it. With this is PG-13, right? Like
Mm.
that doesn't trip the R rating, right?
Yeah, so that's a lot of fun as well. And it reminds me, honestly, it's very similar to like Civil War in that like um the moving parts can come together fairly quickly because you're already familiar with all the pieces on the board, you know? So it
Mhm.
kind of gets to just like move along really quickly. Um and that was good too cuz like yeah, it felt like a lot happened as a result of like very minimal need for setup. Um and establishing in like the last couple things where Doctor Strange did stuff, and his involvement in No Way Home and in the MCU in general has been like, okay, this is what you do, this is what you're known for, and this is how things can go wrong when you fuck up. It's been
Yeah,
established that when Doctor Strange fucks up, things are
fucks up really bad.
massive. Yeah, exactly. So you can follow along with that. I would say even if you've seen all the moments, um, it's still a fun series of events.
Oh, I'm sure. It's just I'm in such a weird spot with that movie where like
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure I know what the plot is,
Mm-hmm,
like
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
beat for beat. Um, I will say, be I'm going to talk around this real gingerly, like because of its multiversal story hook, they get to do all sorts of stupid shit you wouldn't be able to do in a normal movie with this,
Yes, yes,
and
and
have it not matter at all
yeah,
for
no,
any
I
future plans.
it was very fun to me because I remember reading um, old Marvel What If comics, and those What If comics were always like just like all the crazy shit, like, oh, what would it be like if this happened or that happened. And there's some that
Yeah,
a lot of the wildest ones were involving characters that are in this movie, and you
yeah.
get to see a couple of sequences play out that are like, oh, that's literally just doing that What If comic I read back when I was 10. Like because once you jump into alternate realities and things, you can kind of just consequences will never be the
Whatever, why
same,
not?
right? Yeah. Um, I
I
did.
have a complaint about the movie despite not seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a complaint that I've seen echoed everywhere. Um, Characters making bad decisions matters more and more and more the more capable or competent that character is supposed to be.
Yes, and um, there's
Like
something I
it's
really
bad.
there's something I really like here that again, gotta. What I'll say is this, and I mean, if you want it to be as cold as possible, then probably tune out. So I'm not gonna, but
Yeah.
the conversation we had about like how goofy the end of WandaVision was is fixed by the events of this movie.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And I
No.
really am
I
happy
saw
about
a
that.
really great superimposition of like the end of WandaVision next to like a single still from this movie. I'm like, oh yeah, you still mean that? You still
Every
mean they'll never know.
all those confusing moments I had about where I was like, what? But and then this is like, yeah, exactly, right? So I'm like, okay, fair. You gave us
You
a
know,
little. We
you,
had to wait, and then it made perfect sense in the end.
I'll tell you
Um,
what though, Morbius could have solved that problem
Probably could have. Yeah,
like that. He would have
yeah.
morbed it up,
Hmm.
wouldn't have had a chance.
And I do have to say at this point, like I also like just podcast wise, I'm aware that like it's annoying when we try to have these conversations
When we
and do it
dance and
spoiler
dance and
free.
dance.
I know
Yeah.
that it's not the best, but like if we both see it, then we can do a spoiler cast type thing. But it's just I don't like
I don't particularly think there's a reason to just bust out like,
yeah.
oh man, it was crazy when this happened in a
Yeah,
movie that
so
still like had just come out.
I do understand it as kind of annoying, and that's I'm just saying like this is my impressions of it, like from a like, hey, if you haven't seen it yet, here's what I thought was cool, and I think you should check it out. and then we can go into details if like we both see it and you know.
I especially think like I get where you're coming from, but at the same time, I feel like we need to dance harder than ever before on
Yeah,
anything
it's
of
one of
value
those movies.
because theaters are still a crapshoot, and we're in between COVID waves right now. So who the fuck knows when anyone's ever going to get to see anything?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, so that was part of it. I was
Wow, what
enjoying.
a violently different
Yeah.
series of experiences.